Hello guys, welcome to me Chanel. Today, I'm going to tell you a very interesting story, so make sure you listen till the end. Rotterdam. A city of lights, bridges, and whispers carried by the water. 2 years ago, my partner and I moved into a small apartment on the top floor of an old building near the canal. It was built in the 1940s, narrow stairs, wooden floors that creaked with every step, and windows so tall you could see the fog roll in from the river every evening. We didn't have much money, so when we found a place that cheap in such a beautiful area, it felt too good to be true. I wish we had known why it was so cheap. Fog the first nights. The first few nights were strange, but we brushed it off. A soft creak here, a tapping sound there. Old buildings make noises, right? But one night, around 2:30 a.m., I woke up to the sound of footsteps. Soft. Slow. Steady. They started near the front door. Then crossed the hallway. And stopped right outside our bedroom. I thought it was my partner, but when I turned, he was sound asleep. The footsteps continued, moving away, toward the balcony door. And then I heard a soft click. The door opening. I froze. The curtains were moving slightly, as if someone had just passed through them. But the door was still locked. From the inside. That was the first night I realized we were not alone in that apartment. The woman in the mirror. A few days later, I noticed something odd about the old hallway mirror that came with the apartment. Every time I walked by, the reflection felt wrong. Like the timing was off by half a second. One evening, while brushing my hair, I caught something, a flicker in the corner of my eye. Behind me, in the reflection, stood a woman. She was pale. Her long black hair clung to her shoulders, dripping wet, like she had just climbed out of the canal. Her dress was grey, torn, and old-fashioned. I spun around. The hallway was empty. But when I looked back, she was still in the mirror. And she was smiling. Her lips moved as if whispering something, but no sound came out. Then the light above the mirror flickered twice, and went out. I didn't move for a full minute. I couldn't. Candle the neighbor's warning. A few mornings later, I ran into our downstairs neighbor, Marichka, an older woman with kind eyes and a voice that carried a heavy sadness. She looked at me and said, "You've seen her, haven't you?" I froze. Who? The woman from the canal. Marriage told me that years ago, a young woman had lived in our apartment with her fiancé. One winter night, they had a terrible fight. She ran to the balcony, crying, and fell into the canal below. They never found her body. Since then, every tenant in that apartment reported strange things. Doors opening by themselves, footsteps, cold spots, mirrors cracking without reason. Marriage said softly, "She's still here, because she doesn't know she's gone." Raincloud the apartment turns cold. After that conversation, the